Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends movie Venom. Now this guy is part of the Venompool Build-A-Figure wave, but it does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece, so you do not need this to build the Build-A-Figure, which is great. It is the one and only figure in this wave that is movie related, and therefore if you just want this, then awesome, you can go ahead and pick it up and you're not having loose parts or paying for extra bits that you're not going to use. And it also means that if you're going the other way around and you want to complete the Build-A-Figure, it's a figure that you don't have to buy, so it's actually money that you can save if you don't want this guy. So taking a look at the back of this box here, as you can see, because it doesn't come with Build-A-Figure parts, doesn't show the rest of the wave right there, we just see a pretty cool picture of this figure, and it says, failed reporter Eddie Brock is hijacked by an alien entity that takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. Obviously, you know, spoiler alert for an old movie now, you know, the Venom in that movie is more of a good guy than a bad guy, which I think is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a closer look. And here is Venom out of the packaging, standing 7.5 inches tall. As a quick size comparison, here is my last review from the wave, Phage. Look at that. He doesn't even come up to Venom's shoulders. Absolute hulking behemoth figure, and I love this thing. So, he does come with an alternate head, so if you don't want him with the tongue out like this, which I think looks fantastic, I think we can all agree, it's definitely something great to, break up all this black. If you want a closed mouth or a more kind of classic sort of look to Venom, then you have the just the teeth showing, which again I think looks fantastic. The really kind of high slit to the mouth there, it looks phenomenal. I really do love the movie design of Venom. I love the movie itself. Before we get too much in depth, he does actually come with another pair of accessories. That is a pair of fists, which do have the lines on the back of right there, just like these do. And obviously he comes packaged with these open hands, which I do very much prefer. Now, talking about those lines, let's just go ahead and address that straight up. The body does have really nice molded detail. If we look nice and close up here, you can notice a lot of, vein-like features running throughout the entire body. That's on everywhere. What they've done here, and this is actually accurate, they have, he does actually have some lighter veins across his design. Obviously, the movie Venom, he has not been on Spider-Man, so he doesn't have that design on the chest there. So it is kind of a more plain look to Venom, but it's a very unique one, and I do like it. The veins, I think, on this figure, they've just done it a bit too liberally. They should come a bit more down his torso there, and just, instead of just stopping here and just being so thick, they really should have been much thinner, much like the very intricate detail that is already actually molded on him. If they were thinner, came down a bit more, and were just a bit more kind of, not in your face. At least they're not white, at least they are grey. But yeah, I think if they kind of faded out as they got to the ends, if they're a bit thinner, if they just kind of went a bit further down, him on the back, it's not quite as bad. It comes down quite far, but on the front, it just kind of stops here. And it just looks very strange. I don't know. It looks like he's taken over Electro or something. It's just a bit too in your face. I really think it should have been a bit more all over, but I definitely do still think it looks great. And the silhouette of this guy, the mold and everything, it looks fantastic. I really do like how kind of bulky and how kind of normal he is. He just looks like a bodybuilder. I mean, you whack a Arnold Schwarzenegger head sculpt on there, and he just looks like he's, Arnie in a costume. I mean, this thing looks fantastic. And the articulation of this body mold is also fantastic. The head looks up really nice and far, down not quite so much with this head, obviously, but a little bit more with the other one, but it still comes down just as much at the jawline, so he can't look down all that much. Would have been really nice if he could look further down at the head, seeing as he does stand so tall, but he can look down at other characters, and I'll show you why in just a second. These shoulders come out to the side and rotate all the way around. They are ratcheted, so he kind of feels like a Build-A-Figure. Rotates to the upper part of the arm, double jointed elbows, rotation and hinge there at the wrist. And now for the really nice part. So, at the torso here, he has a really nice crunch, as you can see. But then he also has this kind of diaphragm joint here, which moves forward this much, and back, and side to side pivot, so you can dance with Venom. And then you got the rotation there, as opposed to down at the waist. But the two crunches combined, he can bend all the way over. So it doesn't matter how small the thing is that's standing underneath him. I mean, you could stand a 3 3/4 inch figure, and he can still look down directly over it and tower over it. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. So just to put that into perspective there, as you can see, now he is crouched down more than a regular Marvel Legends figure. That is awesome. You know, to have articulation on such big figures like this that is that good is phenomenal. So at the hips, they move all the way out to the side. Look at that. The feet, or the legs, should I say, come forward and back a little bit. Rotation at the upper part of the thigh. We have double jointed knees, which do move all the way back. And then down here to the feet, this one's good, this one's bad. So yeah, the feet move all the way up and down, an ankle pivot. And then this one just pivots. It's like rock solid, this one. I don't want to mess with this unless I heat it up or something. Thankfully, it's in a position that does allow him to stand with his weird-ass looking feet. I mean, look at those toes. Look at that toe gap. That is weird. That looks more like a chimpanzee's hand, feet things. But yeah, at least it's in a position where it's frozen that he can actually stand up. It's a little bit difficult. The ankles on this guy aren't very big compared to, you know, just how tall and wide this guy is. At the shoulders there, very, very much top heavy. But as you can see, you can get him standing up, no problem at all. I'm not going to put this guy on the rotating table because, to be honest, I think he probably will fall if I put him on there. But yeah, he does look fantastic, and I definitely dig the fact that you have the interchangeable hands and heads. Looks fantastic. Is it as good as others? In my opinion, no, but it is a unique body. It's really tall. It basically feels like a second Build-A-Figure of the Wave, even though it isn't. I think all they needed to do was just make these a bit more subtle, and just I think it would have been a really, really perfect figure. It does put a lot of people off and really makes a lot of people hate on this figure, which I don't think it deserves. I mean, especially with the kind of all of that detail on him and how the light reflects off him, it kind of gives him that kind of symbiote, kind of, you know, wet but dry kind of look, if that makes any sense. Kind of, yeah. It looks fantastic. The articulation on the guy is amazing, albeit a little bit top heavy, hard to stand. Not too bad on a shelf, but if you are posing him and stuff and you want to get him into an intricate pose, it can be a little bit difficult, especially with mine with a solid right ankle, but I can sort that, no problem. I do definitely recommend it. Obviously, you don't need it for the Build-A-Figure, so if you don't like that movie, or if you don't like these wacky lines, or maybe you don't want to repaint this guy or anything yourself to change that, then you don't have to get it, and I like that. So I'm going to say this is an absolutely fantastic figure, especially for the fact that you don't actually need it for the Build-A-Figure. Really, really happy that they did come out with one for the Venom movie, and hopefully that investment pays off and we actually get more of this guy. I'd love to see this mold again, but painted much, much better next time for Venom 2. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see more from me, there's some videos on the screen right now, and links to my social media in the description below. For the rest of this wave, it'll be coming out very, very shortly, so do go ahead and subscribe to check those out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.